I'm Lee Spencer with the Racing Boys, and I caught up with Brandon Jones, and you were telling me about a fascinating hobby that you've come up with, and just kind of curious about your new business and what all it entails.
Yeah, so the name of the company is Race City Customs, and I had a couple of buddies that really wanted to start their own business, and they wanted to get out on their own and do something. Two veteran friends of mine, that were in the service, and so I was like, hey, I got a really cool shop, and I think we could probably make something out of it if you guys wanted to try to pursue it. Sure enough, we spent December pretty much throughout that entire month getting the shop ready and putting airlines in and compressors and trying to find a little bit of shop equipment because there was nothing in it at the time. So we scraped everything up and made it happen, and we've been slammed ever since that we opened the door to everybody. Our first major big project actually was Kyle Larson. He came to us with a Mercedes Sprinter van, had nothing on it. It was just the chassis with nothing on the back. We had to build a box truck basically out of it and make it a souvenir hauler. So the first race for him was Volusia in that. And funny about it, he drove it down by himself. Had to pull over, sleep in the floor, and then got up the next day, went into Volusia, and I guess they sold a lot of T-shirts out of it. So it's coming back for soon for some upgrades on it, but we got him out the door, so that was pretty cool. We've also got some stuff for Brad Keselowski in the shop right now. We've got something maybe coming from Ryan Preece in the future. So we've got a lot of the drivers interested in it. We've also got a lot of people coming for just custom stuff too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds for it. It's kind of just a hobby for me right now. I get in the shop, on a Sunday or so, and learn how to weld, learn how to fabricate, and learn how metal really works. And I've been having fun with it so far. So I'm sure that they're grateful to have the shop that they can work in, and maybe one day it'll turn into something really big and we can get a even bigger shop.
I saw Kyle asking on Twitter specifically about Sprinter vans, and that's kind of an interest of mine because I'm thinking I saw them selling the Sprinters like in Europe because they're like fully decked out campers where if you just want to go on a road trip, you can really have your little kitchen, your little bed, have a place for a TV, have a place to eat. I mean, they're like completely specced out. If you can't get a Sprinter van over here that's like that, and I don't think Mercedes is delivering them over here yet, is that something else that you could do? I mean, I know it's not at the top of your list. It's really, more like muscle car kind of stuff, but is that something that would also was something that's on your list?
Yeah, truthfully, anything but laser cutting we can do. Actually, as soon as that one got done for him, he said, going to New Zealand, running those sprint cars there, that everyone has those Sprinter vans to haul their race cars in. And he said, man, that'd be a really cool idea to maybe build a second one to have for a race car hauler or something. And so that may be next. Who knows? And right now we've got, actually, Keselowski's got an old trailer that we're going to redo. So anything that, that we can basically weld on, we can do. Sky's the limit pretty much for that kind of stuff.
So a guy who loves custom stuff, what does Brandon Jones drive?
I love pickup trucks. I really do. I've gotten the chance to actually drive some of the brand new Toyota, 2019, 2020 Tundras and stuff, and those trucks are awesome. They're really, really cool trucks. They take it a beating. I saw that Kyle Busch had a special on a custom truck that he built through Toyota, and they were doing jumps and stuff. So those trucks are awesome.
And you mentioned you hired two veterans, and it's been well documented your love of the military, but how does a guy who's as young as you are find that kind of appreciation for military and veterans?
I just think I have a connection with them for some reason. I view a race team very similar to how the military operates. This is pretty much like our unit that we come to the track every week, and we've got one mission. It's to try to win the race, and if you don't get the mission, you got to go back to the base and try to figure out what you got to do to go complete it the next time. So we travel together. We pretty much live together on the road. It's just a big camaraderie. So I've been to a lot of bases before in the past, and got a lot of friends that are currently active duty, a lot of family that's been in the Army in the past. So I just love those guys. They're fun to hang out with. They're grunts. They're just cool guys. So I enjoy it every time I can get out. There's not a lot of stuff for the public to even understand about the military too. So when you get onto a base or something, you feel like you're a part of them. So it's fun. It's cool for sure.
And your PR guy, Randy, of course, was in the Air Force, and so you kind of have that going for you, too. Being your second year at Joe Gibbs Racing, what has been your biggest takeaway from this experience?
This team and being a part of Toyota, this was my first, kind of going with Toyota. Last year was, and it's the most family-oriented team and manufacturer that I've ever really been a part of. Toyota and JGR, you can go to those guys for anything, and it's there. You can have it, So that's something I really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed working with the crew chiefs that I've had here too. The team I've had is awesome. We're all behind each other 100%. We've all got each other's backs, and I think that's what you got to have some success. Is to make sure that you guys are on the same page and love each other the way you do.
And Menard is your sponsor. John stepped up last week at Daytona. He announced that he's going to be the title sponsor for ARCA. What is it about that family that, you talked about family, but the racing just means so much to John and Paul, and it's really a family affair for the Menards.
Absolutely, and I've gone to the Menards headquarters a couple times, and you go to John's office, and he just kicks back, and it's like having just a friendly conversation with the guy, and it's never about very up straight business with them, and you just feel like you're a part of the Menards, with them, and I've connected with Paul pretty well, being with Menards now, and we've tried to go hunting a couple times together and stuff, so just a fun family to be a part of. I love John, and Paul's great too.
Well, your teammate Jeffrey Earnhardt's talking about doing a little boar hunting, so you might want to get in on that.
Well, now since Jeffrey came over here this year, I've got a new redneck buddy. I think that we've been having a lot of fun for sure. These your first couple of races, I definitely need to get out with him. He's got some cool night vision stuff and thermal optics that we can go predator hunting with, and all kinds of stuff. He gets hooked up with the right people on hunting. Brandon
Jones will be happy this season
if I can just win a race. I've been so close in the past, especially with JGR last year, that if I can just knock one of these races out and prove to everybody that we can do this, then I'd be really pleased. And I feel like if we get one race under our belt that we won, they're going to start falling in our way pretty good.
You were talking earlier about working in the simulator. That sounds like a game changer for a young driver.
It's unbelievable, the stuff that you can do in the simulator and the stuff that is available to you in that thing. My only downfall to it, it's so hard to feel what the car is exactly doing. But just like this year with the new crew chief, with Jeff Mindering coming over, we sat in the simulator probably 4 or 5 weeks and just worked on our communication and worked on how we talk when we come to the racetrack. So when we got here the first time, it was like we've been doing this already for 5 races almost. So that's where it helps a lot. They can actually run the setup they run on the car too, and get a pretty good idea of what we're going to have when we come to the track.
Well, good luck to you and Chabo this season.
Sounds good. Thanks.